Welcome to the program. Welcome back to the program, actually. This is Friday with me, Karen Karimi. My guest tonight is Swiss-born Kenyan-raised food blogger who loves cooking and creating videos, a content creator and author of a cooking book called Swahili Food Made Easy. I actually have my copy of the book with me. Her name is Vanessa Mehri, and she joins me live via Skype from Muscat, Oman. Thank you for being on Friday, Vanessa. So happy to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Vanessa, you're a Swiss-born, Kenyan-raised, Mombasa to be precise, my hometown actually. Tell us a little bit about your background.
I moved to Kenya when I was about 2.5, almost 3 years old with my mom, and I was raised in a blended family. My stepdad is Kenyan, Kikuyu to be exact. I did my early years in primary education using the 844 system, and what else? What else is there to say? I loved growing up. Growing up in a blended family was definitely a huge part of who I am today.
And I'm sure Kenyans or anyone meeting you for the first time would have no idea that you speak fluent Kiswahili.
No, it's always such a joy to see their reaction when they find out. And sometimes I keep quiet and just listen.
Basi tuambie a few words in Kiswahili watu pia wasikie kidogo. Hata Kiswahili yangu najaribu Vanessa. Hebu tuambie maneno moja tatu watu wasikie.
The same place. Sasa nikikosa kujua, wewe ukikosa kujua Kiswahili, si mimi pia nitakosa kujua.
Mwaze, najua And the fact that we grew up together in Mombasa, which is also very cool, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Afro, I was saying earlier.
Oh my God, Vanessa, please don't do it here. Now, you do interact a lot with Kenyans abroad. That feeling of home away from home, right?
Yes.
How is it?
I feel like interacting with Kenyans. I mean, my next door neighbor is Kenyan. We have a lot of Kenyans around us, and I feel like it is so crucial, and it definitely fills that void we feel when we're not home. You know, we do get homesick, and we miss it a lot. My parents are back in Kenya. My in-laws are also in Kenya. So just interacting with Kenyans here and abroad, it fills that void.
Vanessa, what inspired you to write a cookbook and eventually become one of the most known food blogger and content creator in the Middle East and also Kenya?
Thank you. I've been passionate about food from a very young age. And at the time, there wasn't really much out there to represent Swahili food, yani vyakula vya pwani. And I had books like from the legendary Alice Tabu, who I adored growing up. I used to watch on KBC with my notebook. But there wasn't much with, colored photos or no updated recipe books. So I felt like that was lacking, and for me it was a passion project. So I put my heart and soul into that.
And what do you usually blog about, Vanessa, for those who don't follow you and seeing you for the first time?
I pretty much ramble about food. I try and take traditional recipes and make them as simple as possible. On occasion, also write and make videos about kids' foods, toddler meals right now, because I don't have a toddler, but I have a little 10-month-old who is soon transitioning into that phase. So it's usually all around food, and sometimes I tackle some controversial topics like the chapati.
Please expound on that. What about the chapati? Tell us about that.
Oh, wow. Well, for starters, I didn't realize it was such an emotional topic with the world. Like, for example, the name chapati. There's a huge debate on my YouTube channel, and a little bit about it spewed over into my Instagram as well, where people felt like East Africans are not allowed to call the chapo a chapati.
Okay.
So there's a lot of punching going on there, which is interesting.
Out of curiosity, by the way, Vanessa, how long does it take to get the perfect Instagram shot or video?
You know what? There's so many things that can affect that. It depends on your mood, how tired you are, the sunshine or the lighting you're using. So sometimes it can be one shot, it works, and sometimes it just goes terribly wrong, or you think you've recorded something and you realize like your footage is missing. So it really varies.
It's actually a tough job. People think that vlogging is very easy. It's actually a very tough job, Vanessa, right?
It's hard.
Yeah.
Really. You have to think many things, angles, lighting.
Yeah. And do you eat all the food that you take photos of, by the way?
Yes. Nothing goes to it.
That's the best part, I'm sure.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. But to be honest, sometimes I struggle with it. I don't know about other people, but when I cook a big meal, something about smelling the food and everything just makes my appetite disappear.
Mm-hmm.
My family, my husband.
Mm-hmm. And what's the best and worst thing about being a food blogger?
Well, I would say the best thing is you get to share your passion. The worst thing is expectations. People have very high around. People come to my house, they expect more from them, and that doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Vanessa, what's your favorite cuisine, by the way, and why?
Well, definitely Swahili food for starters.
Mutton biryani, ama?
Biryani, pilau, napenda kuku paka. Napenda sana. And purely because it's what I grew up with. It's what I have a connection to. It's what I'm passionate about. And really, that's my ultimate comfort food.
Mm-hmm. Vanessa, what's the best piece of cooking advice you've ever gotten?
Oh, clean up as you cook. Do not cook and then last minute before you eat start cleaning up. You're going to have one hell of a mess behind you.
Mm-hmm.
Look at it as a sacred place and keep it that way.
Yeah. Actually, I do that. I usually cook and last minute I'm like, oh my God, I have all these dishes. Yeah, but that's a very, very good advice, Vanessa. I'm sure so many Kenyans. It's hard. It's hard. Washing those dishes is hard, eh?
It is. But I mean, if you wash as you go, so to make it, you go wash it as you go. It becomes long run.
Yeah, actually. Where can Kenyans buy and access your book, Swahili Food Made Easy? I actually have my copy right here for guys to see. Yes. Before you respond to that, I can see. Let me just open some pages for my viewers. You have here pilipili wa nazi. You have samosas, muhogo wa nazi. I can see most of these are, of course, coastal dishes. You have mbaazi, of course, mchicha, potato and matoke. Let me see what else you have. Mkate wa tambi. Oh, that's my favorite, Vanessa. Uko na visheti, uko na kaimati, uko na vibibi, uko na mkate wa sinia. Okay, that's a good one. Where can Kenyans buy this and access this book?
Thank you. It's available on Amazon currently, and we do have a second one coming out. We are trying to find or identify rather distributors for the East African region before we go all out to make noise about it. So that's exactly.
And your second book will be, because the first one is, like you said, made easy. So what's the second cookbook? What are we expecting?
Well, for starters, it's double the size of the first one. And I'm very connected to the second book because I feel like I've grown in what I do. And the second book has little stories throughout it about my childhood and the connection to various recipes. And I also commissioned my brother, I paid him, there's no free work, to go around Mombasa to places that meant something to me and take photos of them. So those are in the book as well.
Amazing. We can't wait for that, Vanessa. Now, what is your take? Very important. Your take on organic food. Is it a big deal for you?
It is actually. I think it's very important, and I talk about this a lot on my social media. I think it's very important to buy local and support your local farmers. Try and get foods that grow where you are. This reduces the carbon footprint. but it's also good for you. Try and drive down to where your farmers, your local farmers are. Get to know them. Get to know what pesticides they use, how they grow their food. I feel like it's very important to have that relationship with the local farmers. So go to the farmers market as well. That's a good starting point for most people.
Yeah. I do have a question here on my Twitter. Vishal is asking, does Swahili Food vlog about vegan and vegetarian? That's a good question because I'm vegetarian, by the way. So do you blog about vegan, Vanessa?
Yes, well, you would know I do.
Yes.
I always have like a handful of people in mind every time I make these recipes. The new book has a ton of vegan recipes, and for example, even the traditional, you have your chicken pilau. I have a vegan one that uses something that mimics chicken.
Oh wow!
Which I'm excited.
And do you have more of tacos? Like I love mushrooms, so I wouldn't mind a mushroom taco. Would you have more of tacos and like vegetarian stuff?
Well, I don't really venture into the taco domain because taco is really Swahili. But okay. I am all for stuffing with mushrooms.
Vanessa, name 3 things you have to use in most recipes.
Cumin, salt. I say cilantro on Instagram, people, but it's dhania.
Dhania, yes, dhania. You try a new recipe and it does not turn out good. What will you do?
Depends. Usually, I try not to toss it out unless it's completely burnt.
Yeah.
But I usually put it in the fridge if I don't have time. Calm myself down, make myself an egg sandwich, and try and come back to it after. Sometimes all it needs is a little resting time. For example, dough, if it's overly hard or over sticky. Sometimes a little rest period in the fridge can solve the problem.
Now, as a wife, Vanessa, and a mom to 3 beautiful children, how important is eating meals together as a family to you?
It is so crucial. And family meals are sacred to us in our household. So they are.
Yeah. And what do your friends and family think of your life as an influencer?
I don't know. To them, I'm just Vanessa. They don't really. Is una bajia nyumbani. That's it. So I don't say much to that.
Yeah. Which food blogger or chef do you dream to collaborate with?
Wow, that's actually a really tough question. I think I would start by taking it back home to Mombasa. I would love to collaborate with Chef Ali and just maybe cook for one of the children's homes. I think it would be fun to do that with him, cook on a large scale. Yeah.
What about that guy from, was it Ramsey? Went from Hell's Kitchen. Would you like to collaborate with him, by the way?
I feel like mtaona haya when I'm with him because I'm very vocal.
He's actually called Gordon Ramsay. Would you collaborate with Gordon, by the way? Because you go to Dubai. He has a very nice restaurant in Dubai. Does he have one in Oman as well?
No, he doesn't. I don't know. Does he like chapati?
I think we'll have to ask him. I'll invite him and ask him, of course. That's a good one, Vanessa. What do you think makes you different from all the other food bloggers?
I think every blogger or food blogger out there is unique in their own way. I'm just doing what I love doing, and I try and make recipes as easy as I can for everybody across the board. So that's just, I guess, my own little twist I put my own little twist on things.
Okay, let me ask you some quick fire questions, Vanessa. Your answer in seconds without thinking. Now, if you had to give up one food item for the rest of your life, it would be?
Liver.
Liver? Why? Okay, liver. So hold up. Why liver?
I don't like liver.
I thought you'd say matumbo or something. Wait, matumbo is not liver. No.
Innards. Maybe you can just put it as innards. I don't like innards.
By the way, unakulanga matumbo, Vanessa?
Ay, hapana.
No, umeisema haraka. Umeisema haraka.
No.
No? Okay. Okay. 5 essential items you absolutely need in your kitchen.
Definitely my Kenwood mixer, because I am lazy as hell sometimes. I don't want to mix dough with my hand.
Okay.
My chopper, again, I'm a lazy cook. I don't want to be there cutting. I have time, boss.
Yes, yes.
And then a grater, again, to make my life easy. What else? What else? My mwiko for making ugali, somewhere there in the background.
Yeah, I can see it.
And of course a pan, because without a pan, what are we doing here?
One more. You have one more. Those are 4 you mentioned. Yeah, those are 4 you mentioned.
Chopper, grater, mwiko. I feel like I said one more. And a pan. Those are 5.
Oh, 5. Okay. Great. Yeah? Jameni, umejaribu Vanessa. Haya, salads versus desserts. Which one's your favorite and why?
Desserts.
Oh.
Salads for who?
Which one? Which kind of dessert?
I love kaimati. So if you have kaimati warm with a little vanilla ice cream, I know it's a calorie bomb, but it's so good.
I thought you would say tiramisu. I'm a chocolates. Vanilla ice cream.
I'm a chocolate.
Ndio hapo.
I love kaimati.
Oh yeah, I love kamati as well, Vanessa. Now, your midnight craving is?
Nothing. Sleep. Especially right now with a baby.
Are you serious? Not even crisps, ama mabuyu. You also make mabuyu. Swahili food, I can see you have one on mabuyus.
Yes.
Na hachari, upendi hachari?
Pia. Lakini I have a rule. Midnight snacks, I avoid them like the pet.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. How? So anything past midnight is a no-no in your household?
Yeah, because hello, we still have shakes to maintain.
Exactly. Vanessa, what's your favorite cocktail?
I love coconut, so pina colada.
Pina colada. Okay. I couldn't live without?
Oh my goodness, I couldn't live without. Can I mahamri? Sorry.
Oh, please explain that. Mahamri, out of all the things. Hi, Vanessa. Mahamri.
Hi, between
Mahamri.
Mahamri won.
Okay, kudos to the mahamri. But then there's a difference between mahamri and, is it what? Mandazi. So what's the difference to, especially for watu toka Nairobi na ushago hawaelewi mahamri na mandazi. What's the difference between the two?
Well, firstly, mandazi is dao. That's, I think, where the short form came. And it's usually denser. And the mahamri is the one that's hollow. However, when you go to Tanzania, it's the other way around. Mandazi, what we call mahamri in Pwani, and vice versa. They flip it around for whatever reason. I don't know.
Okay. And lastly, cooking at home or going out for dinner?
Going out for dinner.
Yeah, because you always cook in the house.
Yeah. Yes.
What's your favorite restaurant, by the way, in Muscat? Do they have like Kenyan restaurants, Ethiopian, Tanzanian?
They haven't. I really love Ethiopian food as well, but I haven't found. I think there's only one Ethiopian restaurant here, and it's quite far out, and it wasn't what we were looking for.
Okay. Now, Vanessa, before, yeah.
No, I was gonna. But that would probably be P.F. Chang's, I guess. These would probably be. Yeah.
Okay, so you do a lot of Chinese, Italian, Indian.
Chinese, my husband really loves Asian food, so we end up at that side a lot.
Okay. Now, before we end the show, Vanessa, what's your basic but practical advice to people who want to create food content like yourself?
Okay, well, I would say don't overthink things. Sometimes we're too busy spending too much time overthinking. The phone we have is not good enough to record videos, or we're not talented enough to do it. that you hold yourself back from even starting it in the first place. So just grab your camera, play around, record a few videos, watch them back, edit them, watch them back, see what you can improve, and just post it out there. You have to start somewhere. Get the ball rolling.
Yeah. There is a question here. Does she vlog about baby food? I'll be interested to know some amazing recipes.
Yes, I do. As mentioned earlier,
Yeah.
I have put, I think, about 2 videos, if I remember correctly, on foods, and actually for babies as well. So from the puree stage, and now we're going up, so they're going to be changing. So I'll have more videos.
Vanessa, what about advice for, maybe teenagers or kids who also want to start vlogging? What advice do you have for the little ones?
Well, again, it's the same. Have fun with it, Choose stuff you like doing. Sometimes we get so fixated on the tech side of things and perfection that it holds you back. And especially kids, gosh, they have so much pressure and so much pressure to be perfect surrounding them that I feel like they just need to block out that noise and just get in and do what they love doing. It'll show through.
And when are we expecting you in Kenya, Vanessa? I would love to host you here physically in my studio. So I'm sure you do come to Kenya once in a while.
I do. A trip is long due. COVID kind of messed up our trip plans. So I cannot answer that with certainty, but hopefully very soon.
Thank you so much, Vanessa Mehri, for your time, and we wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Tunashukuru sana, 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 sana. Oh, and by the way, before you go, you can mention maybe your Instagram, your Facebook handles, your YouTube for guys, to check out your stuff.
Okay, cool. Well, you can find me on all the social media platforms if you just search for Swahili Food. It's Swahili Food across all platforms. The website is swahilifood.com. So pretty easy to find me.
Thank you so much, Vanessa. Twashukuru sana.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Bye.
Bye.
That was Vanessa Mehri, a successful food blogger and content creator in the Middle East. Thank you for watching. Remember, you can catch a repeat of this interview on our Facebook page, TV47 Kenya. From me, it's good night. God bless. My name is Karen Karimi, and this is the home of untold stories.